hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes, the public being left in line at the bankruptcy courts. We've seen this story.
Crypto family, welcome back to the channel. Aaron here, coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video today. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We have new cryptocurrency videos coming out every single day. And you guys just saw in that clip, all the drama that's been going on in the crypto space over the past week has been to do with the SEC suing Binance, suing Coinbase, attacking some of these altcoins, saying that they are unregistered securities. And that was Gary Gensler basically just telling them all these cryptos are scammers, they're con artists, and they're Ponzi schemes. And I don't exactly agree with what the SEC is doing right now to the crypto space, but I do want you guys to start to realize what this is making an opportunity for. And I believe, the Bitcoin bros believe, this is an opportunity for cryptos like Dogecoin, like Litecoin, like Bitcoin. Because the United States doesn't have a crypto security in law. It doesn't really fit into the old security definition because it cannot do AML, KYC. So it's going to be hard for these cryptos to be sold in the United States. We've been telling you guys this since we've had our channel, that Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Litecoin don't look like securities, but the rest of these other cryptos do. And this is not the Bitcoin bros hating on any of these other cryptos right here. We are holders of some of these declared securities. We actually hold Ethereum as well. And it was really surprising to see that the SEC is not attacking Ethereum, because Ethereum is very similar to a lot of these other projects, just like Cardano, just like Solana, and some of these other projects that were deemed securities that are actually built on top of Ethereum. So leave it to the American government to get that right. And, you know, not trying to hate on Ethereum, we hold Ethereum as well. But one thing I want you guys to really think about is how Litecoin has performed with all the hype out of all these cryptos. I mean, some of these cryptos had so much hype. BNB, Cardano, Solana especially, a lot of people were hyping Solana up. And I'm not saying it's not ever going to be anything ever again. I mean, I'm sure these cryptos will do well in the future. But Litecoin has been that crypto that people look at and say, oh, that's boring. It's just like Bitcoin. It's the silver to Bitcoin's gold. It doesn't really do anything. There's no DeFi on top of it. But I think the boringness that comes with Bitcoin and Litecoin, and even Dogecoin, makes those valuable, makes them digital commodities. And I think that is something that is needed. And we may be starting to see that here with the number of Litecoin new addresses that we have seen since the beginning of the year. I mean, there's been so many new people coming to Litecoin this year. The number of wallet addresses has continued to climb up and up and up. And, you know, guys, we don't make a lot of new videos on Litecoin because you don't have some of the talking heads like Raw Powell, Michael Saylor, and some of the other famous people in the crypto industry talking about Litecoin. Nobody really talks about it, but it is a good number two to Bitcoin. I think it's unfortunate that it doesn't have as much hype as some of these other cryptos get on mainstream media, like some of the other altcoins. And just for example, you guys remember when Novogratz was on CNBC and he told them, hey guys, you need to remove Litecoin from the ticker and put Solana on there because Solana has all these NFTs. They're making things real fast. Everybody's building on top of Solana. And he kind of just dismissed Litecoin as a boring old crypto. It's an OG crypto. It's boring. It doesn't do anything. But I think in that boringness is where you find the value in Litecoin and Bitcoin. And then also, if you guys didn't know, the CFTC said that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin are commodities in the United States in their recent lawsuit against Binance. So this isn't the SEC. This is the CFTC. I just want to say again that this is very interesting that these government agencies are not attacking Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum is clearly just like Cardano, clearly just like Solana. They had an ICO. They have a talc at the top of it. They have engineers that are building on it to make sure that there's upgrades. I mean, it's not even in a finished state yet. They just released proof of stake. They're not proof of work anymore. So I just don't understand how Ethereum is a commodity, but I guess if our government thinks it is, we'll see what happens with that in the future. And like I said, I'm not hating on Ethereum. The Bitcoin bros do hold some Ethereum in our portfolio. And here's a clip from Michael Saylor. I want you guys to check it out. If you haven't heard of it before, check this out.
There's another class of assets digital commodities, there's only one we know of right now, Bitcoin. You know, someone might file an application to get Litecoin designated as a digital commodity, right? Presumably the SEC would look at it and say, who owns it? Does anybody control it? And is it decentralized? And is there an issuer, right? And can you manipulate the supply? And at some point they would either say yes or no, right? There, out of 20,000 cryptos, there might be half a dozen or a dozen that might be able with a straight face to apply for digital commodity status.
So that was Michael Saylor basically just saying, hey, Litecoin is another crypto that's just like Bitcoin. It's not as big. The community isn't as big, but it could get a commodity status because of the fundamentals of the token. And you guys can see right here on the Google Trends, Litecoin is not really talked about as much here. It's gone down so much. It's at a 7 compared to being at 100 back in 2021. And if we compare that to Bitcoin, you can see how much Litecoin is actually talked about, guys. Barely nothing. I mean, it's at less than 1 to Bitcoin 17. It's never been in the camp of Bitcoin. It hasn't had the hype. It hasn't had the exposure. But think about this, guys. Without all the hype, without all the exposure, Litecoin is still sitting at a number 12 cryptocurrency spot with a market cap of around $6.4 billion. Obviously, Bitcoin is a lot bigger there. And, you know, the Bitcoin bros aren't saying Litecoin is better than Bitcoin. There are some people in the Litecoin space that believe Litecoin is better than Bitcoin, but it is a good alternative. Just like people invest in gold, some of those gold investors also hold Ethereum. That's how we view it, guys. Just a digital version of silver, a number 2 to Bitcoin. That's just our opinion. You guys can disagree if you want to. But I mean, I just think that Litecoin has a lot of room to grow. I mean, I definitely think we could see it get back in the top 10. We have been telling you guys, this is why we have been excited about Litecoin over the past 2 years, because of the potential regulation that could come in the industry and wipe some of these other altcoins out. And we're starting to see that finally happen. So it's going to be interesting to see over the next 2 years as we have the Bitcoin halving next year, the Litecoin halving coming very soon. As we have these key dates, what happens to the price of some of these cryptos? What happens to Litecoin? What happens to Bitcoin? Does the hype come back to Litecoin? Does Coinbase have to delist all the unregistered securities and only have Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum again, like it was back in 2016? It's a lot to see what happens, guys, but we are definitely excited about the future of Bitcoin, Litecoin, even crypto. We're excited, guys. We think that we have some big things in store. So let me know what you guys think about Litecoin in the comment section below. Are you more bullish now than ever? We haven't made a video on Litecoin in a minute, so just wanted to get you guys brought back up to speed. But thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you found any value, make sure to hit that like button. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.